There are a lot of people who are afraid to go to the dentist, but you still need to go.
Yeah, it can be scary for people to talk about money, too, but for your own financial health, you need to check up there, too. Kaz and Stephanie continuing Resolution Week live in Cadillac at Carroll Retirement Plans and Investments. Good morning, Kaz.
Yeah, well, with a new year, you have new goals, and you want to start getting your finances in order if you haven't already. The first piece of advice I ever got, Scott and Robin, when I entered the working world at the ripe young age of 22, my older brother said, start saving for retirement. And I thought he was crazy because I wanted to save for that new car or for just a little fun. But you know what? It's prudent to really start planning, even at a young age. I'm glad I did. And Pat Carroll here, who's the owner of Carroll Retirement Plans and Investments and a registered rep of Centaurus Financial, I think I got some good advice back there.
Yeah, most definitely. Getting started at a young age is great. A lot of people have a problem getting started because there's a perception that they can't work with somebody. And a lot of firms have associate reps, associate planners, people that they can come in and see with smaller amounts. And Melissa Schultz is our associate planner and our office manager here at Carroll Retirement.
All right, so Melissa, if a young person wants to get started or anybody wants to get started, what are we talking here, dollar amounts?
You can actually start accounts for as little as $25 a month, and the nice thing about that is most of the companies have automatic withdrawals right out of your bank account. So once you get started, it's not hard to keep going, and you barely miss it.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. What we're doing today is taking the scary out of those financial matters. So for as little as $25 a month, you can get started. And getting started with a new year, it's time to start taking a look at things maybe that you have already started, Pat.
Yeah, and we run across a lot of people at the beginning of the year want to start out fresh. A beneficiary review, making sure they know who is listed on all of their accounts. Melissa reviews this with all of our clients and making sure they have the right people on their accounts.
So we're talking some certain life situations may have changed, Melissa.
Exactly. If you have a 401k or some Roth IRAs, life insurance policies, things maybe you started right when you were fresh out of college, and now you have some life changes. You're married, you've had some children, and you have a trust. We just want to make sure that the right person is listed as the beneficiary of your funds.
All right, so we're getting some great advice out here, everybody. Hopefully, you're paying attention. And Pat, let's just talk about that again. You mentioned it's easy to get started with you guys, but really we want to take that scary out of, working with a financial advisor. Much like going to the dentist, it doesn't have to be scary.
Yeah, exactly. And really when people come in and meet with us, one of the things we always find is, I should have started earlier. I wish I would have done this. And compounding of money makes a big difference for retirement. And that's one of the things that we try to emphasize with them is get started, use the right tax code, get some money in there, and they'll really benefit in the long run.
All right, so hopefully 2011 is the year when you start knocking some of those things off your checklist. It's a lot easier than you may think, so hopefully you've been taking a few notes here. We're getting some great advice here, Scott and Robin. I know I've got a few things to look after now, too.
We're also talking about a different kind of resolution today, a different kind of health resolution.
Right. In this state, we know that financial health can be fickle, but there are still ways to put yourself in a good financial position. Getting finances in order, as we said, a big resolution, so Kaz and Stephanie are tackling it live today in Cadillac. Good morning, Kaz.
Yeah, Robin and Scott, we covered physical fitness yesterday. Today we're talking about financial fitness. I'm here with Pat Carroll. He's the owner of Carroll Retirement Plans and Investments, and he's also a registered representative of Centaurus Financial. Pat, we're going to go over a couple life phases here now for people. Planning for college is on a lot of people's minds, and it can be tough for them to get their finances in order to plan for college.
Yeah, and we get a lot of questions from clients as to how do I plan for college. If you're not one of the lucky ones with a child that's going to have a full ride or a scholarship, there's many different ways to save for college. And one of them are 529 plans where you can personally save monthly into a account that will give you some tax advantages, but it has to be used for higher education. One of the other ones is Michigan Education Trust. And maybe a third would just be saving monthly into a bank account or an investment account. My biggest issue with that is talking to a financial advisor to help you choose the one that fits your situation best.
Yeah, it's important, obviously, to start that dialogue going at an early stage.
Right.
And I know what it's like to not be one of the lucky ones, to get one of those academic or sports scholarships. Those are tough to come by. Moving on to a different phase of life, Social Security. How do people work that into their planning for a little later down the road?
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of my retirees that, maybe age 55 and older rely heavily on Social Security. That's always been a big portion of their income. If you're not one of the lucky ones to have a pension plan to go along with that, you're going to need to save. and make up an asset that can provide income when you do retire. So Social Security plays a really big part for those that are retired, but those that are younger, 20 to 30, you need to start saving. I can't comment on whether Social Security will be there or not. I get that question all the time.
Right.
I hope it is for everybody, but we don't know. So you need to save to take that risk away.
Yep. Hopefully everybody is paying a little bit of attention. We want to get you to be financially fit for 2011 and beyond. If you have a question, find a financial advisor like Pat and people here at his office. It's kind of like eating your broccoli, Scott and Robin. You may not want to do it, but it's real good for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's got lots of comparisons, all the things you don't want to do, but you have to.
Right. And if you saute broccoli, put a little,
Tastes good. Add
Tastes
butter.
good. Yeah,
There you go.